episode 16. This is my series reviewing all my CDs, and it's episode 16, if you didn't know. So I randomly generate, let me stay in frame, randomly generate numbers to, this is my CD case, so I randomly generate a number for the shelf and then the item. So I've generated 4 and 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I should have counted by twos a long time ago. I'm so sorry for all that boring stuff. Here it is. Alice in Chains, Dirt. Dirt. I got this for Christmas from my parents one year. There was like a bargain sticker on her face. I scraped it off, but like you can still see the glue residue. Here's the back cover. Sorry for the glare. That was great. I mean, it's it's part of that grunge thing, but I don't know. Grunge is kind of a misnomer there. It's just described any kind of Seattle bands, and they all kind of had a similar vibe in that they were all kind of downbeat. Oh, right, I forgot. It's broken. They're very downbeat because it never stops raining in Seattle, right? Or maybe it was just the time. I don't know, flannel. But yeah, this is a great album. I like it. Oh, I own it, so I should. It's heavy. I mean, I don't own the first one. That's the one that has Man in a Box, like that, like kind of wow, 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 wow. But this one, I think, is the better album. It's great. It's the first one is Them Bones, which is like this really kind of dissonant, but like kind of odd time signature, like it's like I think it's in 5. And then it's like that chorus, and it's like this really, I mean, all the lyrics, I'm not even going to go into them, because they're all just dark, and just like about how everyone's doing drugs, and is going to die. So it's like a little bit, but like the music is, well, it's dark. But it's heavy. I mean, Them Bones is just great. And then when it hits into the chorus, and it's like this break, it's like the clouds break, and there's like, I mean, it's heavy, but it's like, it gets melodic, it's like, I feel so alone, gonna end up a big old pile of them. Clouds come in, bones. Cool. Damn That River. That's just like a straight ahead, like, it's like this. It makes me think of deserts when I hear it for some reason. It's just like a cruncher. And then, what is it? Oh, see can you see this? Like, a lot of them are like, they make them hard to read. This tiny font. Rain When I Die. Very emo. But it was a great riff. That was a great riff. It's got like almost like a minute of just like kind of a noise intro, like maybe not quite noise, just kind of noodly, but like kind of ambient, like kind of noise. And then it hits into this killer riff, like I really apologize for all my mouth guitar. It's very inaccurate and highly nasal. Down in a Hole. I mean, that's a song to slit your wrists to. It's very emotional. It's very sad. It's like, it's just about being depressed and down in a hole. It's a heavy song. I used to cry to that. Glad I'm not doing that anymore, though. Jesus Christ. Yeah, being a teenager sucks. I'm so glad that's over. Sick Man is about doing drugs. Sick man, I'm a sick man. Rooster is about doing drugs. This is one of the singles, right? I think it came out in '92, and that was one of the singles there. It's got that quiet, loud kind of thing. It's like the kind of undistorted, clean guitar, like da na 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 na, and he's like singing, and then when it hits the chorus, which I think is just, yeah. Oh no, you've come to, it's the build-up, is you've come to pluck the rooster? I don't know, whatever the drug thing is. And then it goes, yeah, and then it's like the chorus. Oh yeah, we ain't gonna die. That's the chorus. Anyway, it's a kind of weird structured song. It's pretty cool. Junkhead. Guess what that's about? I forget actually the song of that one. Dirt. About being treated like dirt. That's the title track. I don't think this was a single, but that's a pretty cool song. Godsmack. This, I think it's got like a kind of, shit, I'm forgetting, but I think it's got a pretty cool riff. But this is the song that Godsmack, the band, took as their name because they were. I mean, who was the guy who started Godsmack? I don't know. I'm not really a Godsmack fan, but he just said like, I love Alice in Chains more than life itself. I'll make a band that does Alice in Chains. I'll call it Godsmack after an Alice in Chains song. I mean, I think they evolved past just ripping off Alice in Chains, but that's how they started. Hate to Feel. God, man, like these, I swear, like Alice in Chains does get a bad rap, and this might have echoes of the Black Sabbath review, but they're not quite as innovative as Sabbath. However, there's still a lot to like here. You know, for people who don't even like thrash, like kind of heavy stuff, there's some really nice song structures there. These are solid songs underneath the sludge. You know, like just like I like heavy music. I like loud metal, hard rock, boom, that kind of stuff. But like if it's just sludge, if it's just like heaviness, like screamo or whatever, I don't like it. Like it has to be a song. It has to have a good song. And these are solid songs. I Hate to Feel is just a terrible song title though. Angry Chair. It's about like getting sent to your room, metaphors, something like that. But it's got a pretty, it's like down, 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 down. It's got that signature hum. And then Wood, that's the last one. I think this was the single that was released in advance of the album. It's got a question mark in the title. And it's got like that kind of into the furnace burn, on a bottle of better. But yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people who like Alice in Chains, they're like, oh, Jerry Cantrell. I'm sorry, no, they're not like that. They're like, what's his face? Lane Staley. He's a great singer. He is. I mean, and he's got the tragic thing because he died of a heroin overdose and he predicted it. But you know what? A lot of people who do a lot of heroin predict their own death. Just saying. Don't need to be Nostradamus. But Jerry Cantrell is what I'm trying to say is that I think he's the real genius behind that. A lot of people may flame me out for that because, look, I mean, obviously there's a partnership between Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell. And Staley brought a lot to the band. But I think, as evidenced by, doing albums after Staley was not really part of the picture, either because he was dead or because he was just too strung out, that Cantrell was the real driving force behind this band. You know, he was writing the songs. He sings on this. Like, he's the one who doesn't sound like he's choking. Like, I mean, that's his style. That was like, that kind of voice. Lane Staley fans, I am not trying to knock this man. I am not trying to take him down a peg. I'm just saying that I think Jerry Cantrell doesn't get enough respect. So yeah, if you like heavy music, check it out. If you like good songwriting, you might be into it. There is these song titles that you have to contend with, and the subject matter. So take it with a grain of salt. But there's stuff to be had here. That's what I think. Actually, it's what I know.